electronic data interchange, EDI, lack of skilled and trained manpower, lack of discrimination of information to the development and expansion of the logistics industry, no single established sources of logistics data and information, lack of assistance to local service providence, LSP. Lack of research and development, R&D, of the industry, and the last is lack of regulatory forms to facilitate the industry.
Thanks, George. Okay, before you sit back, can you explain about the discussion on the article?
Me again? All right. The issue highlighted by the informants and the review from the scant literature reflect the fragmented nature of the industry. Lambert et al. 1998 suggested that the issues in the logistics industry in Malaysia could be viewed in 4 different perspectives, namely the policy-related issues, which concern with planning, implementation and control. Secondly, the supply chain logistics, which concern with the flow of goods. Next, service response logistics, which concern with the flow of services, and lastly the flow of information. Collaborations in learning and research and development, R&D, should be strongly encouraged between the industry and academics in dealing with human resources issues as well as other issues.
Thanks again, George. Now you may sit down. After you finish, read the case study. Could you find any issue, problem, or challenge that related to the journal? Yes, I can, Matt.
In the case study, I found that the problem is in information sharing, and it's similar with the problem in the journal that we analysis, which is lack of dissemination of information.
Then, can you briefly explain the challenge in information sharing?
Sure. Actually, there are several challenges in information sharing.
1. Aligning incentives of different partners. 2. Trust and cooperation for information sharing and supply chain partnership. 3. Technology is constrained in information sharing. 4. Timeliness and accuracy of the share information.
Good, Jenna. Now, based on the 4 challenges that faced in information sharing, can you explain the 3rd and 4th challenges to me?
Of course. Let me explain the 3rd challenge first, which is technology is constrained in information sharing.
Implementation of a cross-organizational information system is costly, time-consuming, and risky. Partners also may not agree on the specifications of the technical systems. For example, EDI standard is one of new technology and information sharing. This is because maybe the manpower
has not enough knowledge and skill to control it. Besides that, for the 4th challenge is timeliness and accuracy of the share information. PC manufacturers often complain about not being able to get accurate sell-through data from the resellers. Besides that, resellers share the information in inconsistent.
Therefore, PC manufacturers are hard to sell the products through the data. In addition, since the manufacturers are interested in the aggregate sell-through data of their product, significant effort is needed to ensure the consistency of the aggregated data.
Okay, thank you very much, Jenna. You may sit down. So now, based on what have you studied in this article, who can give any suggestion or other opinion?
Let me give some opinion. For the future, it must to be better estimate the revenue contributions from the customer service levels generated by the supply chain and effectively managing the scope of the supply channel as envisioned. Supply chain management.
Okay, then before we end our class, anything else to add it?
Yes. Me. If the promises of FCM are to be realized, an inter-organizational accounting system, appropriate metrics for defining and tracking shared benefits,
and acceptable methods for benefits sharing will need to be developed. Then, supply chain managers will need training in collaborative techniques, relationship and trust building, and skills for compromise. These will require major efforts by the academic, research, and business communities, but the rewards can be
Good. Yes, all of you have your own and a good opinion. In logistic industry, not only has managing supply chain costs become more important, as these costs are used in trade-offs with production costs, but supply chain strategy is increasingly viewed as a source for contributing to the revenues of the firm.
Created using Powtoon.